So let's begin with HIV virus. HIV virus attacks the body's immune system. HIV targets the body's white blood cells, weakening the immune system. This makes it easier to to get sick with diseases like tuberculosis, infections, and some concerns. Ngayon, so ang sabi doon is ang HIV virus ay sumisira sa immune system ng katawan ng tao to na tinatarget nito ang WBC, particular na ang CD40 na nagpapahina ng immune system ng tao. Dahil dito is mas madali para sa katawan na magkasakit mula sa iba't ibang infection tulad ng tuberculosis at ibang uri ng cancer. So kapag hindi ito ginamot, maaari itong mauwi sa AIDS.
So next, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome or AIDS. Yes, the most advanced stage of infections defined by loss of CD4 lymphocytes or the occurrence of opportunistic infection or cancer. So now, ang tinutukoy nito is HIV attacks the immune system by targeting the WBC, weakening the body's defense. This makes easier to get infection and certain cancers. AIDS is the most advanced stage of HIV. AIDS is the most advanced stage of HIV infection where the immune system is severely damaged, making the body vulnerable to serious disease. So kumbaga is mas madaling bumagsak yung katawan natin dahil sa pag-target ng WBC.
So here in etiology, we have 2 HIV. So dito tayo sa HIV-1. So the most common and widespread type of HIV, it is responsible for the majority of HIV infections globally. HIV-2, primarily found in West Africa, it progresses more slowly and is less transmissible compared to HIV-1. So next is pathogenesis 1. So ang sabi dito, naipapasa ang HIV sa katawan sa pamamagitan ng mucosal surface o ari o tumbong o pagdikit sa kontaminadong dugo. So next, kung kumakapit ang virus sa CD4 receptors sa T helper cells gamit ang co-receptor CCR5 o CXCR4 para makapasok sa loob. So pagkatapos pumasok, natatanggal ito ng balot or tinatawag nating uncoating at naglalabas ng RNA sa loob ng host cell. So ginagamit doon is ng reverse transcriptase ang HIV RNA para gawing DNA na pagkatapos ay sinasama sa genome ng host cell sa pamamagitan ng enzyme integrase. Next, pathogenesis 2. So yung explanation dito is mas mabilis na dumadami ang virus na nagdudulot ng pataas sa viral load sa dugo. So mas maaaring maranasan ang acute retroviral syndrome or ARS na nagdudulot ng sintomas na parang trangkaso. Tulad ng lagnat, pamamaga ng kulani, pananakit ng lalamunan, pantal, at pananakit ng kalamnan. So kapag nakalipas ang 2 to 4 weeks mula sa pagkahawa, sinusubukan ng immune system na kontrolin ang virus pero nabibigyo itong burahin dahil sa infection. So after the acute phase, which is ang initial period of intense infection with symptoms like flu, like illness, HIV, enters a prolonged period of clinical latency. During this phase, the virus continues to replicate at lower levels, but the immune system is still functioning. However, the CD4 cell count, which is a measure of the immune system strength, begins to decline slowly. And people may not exhibit symptoms during this stage, but the virus is still spreading. And without treatment, the viral load increases and CD4 cells decrease over time. So lastly, pathogenesis 4. Without treatment, the infection can progress to acquired immunodeficiency syndrome or AIDS, the final and most severe stage of HIV. And at this stage, the immune system is severely comprised. The CD4 T cell count drops below 200 cells per cubic millimeter of blood, leaving the body vulnerable to opportunistic infections like tuberculosis, pneumonia, and fungal infections, cancers like Kaposi, sarcoma, and lymphoma, and neurological disorders. Last, AIDS-related conditions are often direct cause of death. Individuals who have reached this stage.